That's not the love we made.
Hi guys, it's ShishKebabber1 coming right back at you with another Boom Beach video. Today's video is super fantastically awesomely special because we're going to be talking about the Super Warriors, guys. They are back for a limited time. I think, is it just this weekend? It was just in the news. I didn't actually read it. But yeah, we've only got 2 days and 5 hours left at the time of the recording of this video. So we're not going to have them very long, guys. But we need to talk about the Super Warriors and what they mean for you. First of all, let's just take a look at them in the gunboat. Turn down my volume just a smidge. Here is what the max Super Warrior stats are. I'm assuming the tooltip is correct. Health of 4,000. Yeah, they move fast. Their range is melee, and their damage per second is 680. 680 is what I want to pay attention to. Let's compare this to max level critters, okay? Remember, the Super Warriors are 680 DPS, and again, they're not modified by any buffs, any statue bonuses or anything like that. I've still got my masterpieces rolling from an earlier map clear. But anyway, they're 680 DPS. I want to compare them to critters, because I want you to keep this in mind if you're just going for a burn, what this means, okay? A max level critter does 135 DPS, but you get 12 of those critters with the maximum upgrade on your critters, right? I think you know what I mean. The point is, 12 critters will easily do more DPS than one Super Warrior. In fact, it's about 5 critters. 5 critters would be, what is that, 625, something like that. No, now my math is all messed up. I just did this before the video. 5 times 100 is 100 plus 30 is 51. 650 plus 5 plus 25, 675. You have 675 DPS with 5 critters. I think ShishKebabber's math is right, compared to the 680 of the Super Warrior. So if you're going for a pure burn, as long as you have more than 5 critters, let's say 6 critters or more, you're going to be doing more DPS than the Super Warrior. So keep that in mind. But where the Super Warriors really shine is their ability to distract key defenses to survive, because they have a heck of a lot more health, and they can heal themselves. And guys, and remember, they slow down the targets they're hitting. It's really crucial. In fact, I used this to my advantage to take out one of these tougher bases that I was clearing earlier. I wasn't planning to make a video. I was actually on my way to work, and then I just called in and said, no, what, forget it. I'll take the weekend off, or Friday off. Monday is a holiday here in Quebec, so now I got a nice 4-day weekend. Anyway, otherwise I would have shared these with you. But you guys have seen me attack this dude before anyway, TDF Brazil. You can see I took a couple of times tries with him. I am Masterpiece boosted doing this. This guy is 7 ice boosted. But let's take a look at the hit either way. Bullet in the center, everyone on the left. Again, the left was important for this base because it's the only way I can get the tanks to path up and basically get in the way of that sniper tower. If I was to launch on the right, the tanks wouldn't go that way. It just sometimes there's these little nuances because of the corner that's there. You'll learn these things the more you mess with the bases. Anyway, the point is, we got the tank up front, tanking for the stuff on the left flank. Bullet's doing his junk. Now we're keeping the cannon and sniper tower and laser beam under shock. That laser hurts. This guy has a lot of ice, guys. He was like a 164, 104, or something like that. 164 to the health and 104 to the damage, give or take. But let's just say that's what he is. In fact, I think I'm just getting a traffic update right now telling me that yes, there's heavy traffic on the way to work, which is exactly why I did not go to work. Anyway. Because everyone's leaving town. I work outside of town, so it would have been bad. Okay, we're moving in. Things are getting tight. GBE is already very low. We've still got this Shock Blaster to worry about. Now, here comes the first strategic use of the Super Warrior. You see, we drop him off in the back right corner. We do this for 2 reasons. 1, to collect some free GBE in the back, because we need it. We're really hurting on GBE. And 2, to distract this pesky rocket launcher up here to minimize the damage coming into our troops. As you can see, our troops are taking a lot of damage. Now, we're about to take that laser down. Now we're keeping the shock launcher under shocks. This tank just got capped before I could take out the boom cannon with the artillery, but now we're keeping the shock blaster under shocks. Bullet's doing his thing. Super Warrior's still going strong over here on the right-hand side, guys, giving me GBE and still distracting that rocket, which, trust me, it helped a lot. Okay, so Bullet's working his way around. We got the shock launcher not looking at our Grens who are doing their overthrow damage to the shock blaster. The shock blaster is our main target right now. GBE is tight, but we got to keep enough GBE in hand to cycle those shocks. It's arguable whether or not a reflare would have been good here because we do have a bunch of Grens that are working on the shock launcher and not just the shock blaster. The shock blaster is absolutely the #1 priority target, but I think with how much GBE I had and the way things were going, I knew everything would fall at just the right time. I think I could not even afford a shock right now, but it didn't matter because the shock blaster was down. As well, I'm not able to afford a drink for Bullet. And in fact, I believe he does die on this one. But it's okay, we get it down. So now we reflare because now we're going after the shield gen, of course, guys. This was a close match. I don't remember how much time there was exactly, but there wasn't much left to on the end when I finally took this down. So we get everybody flared all the way over to the side to make sure everyone moves forward towards these defensive structures and not back towards the HQ. If you don't flare far enough, they might fan off and go towards the HQ. Bullet's down, but we have a mini bullet, guys. Hello, Super Warrior. So we put the Super Warrior right in the front. We flare everybody up close to the shield gen, and now we're going to work on the shield gen. I think some of the Grens are actually working on the sniper tower, but that's just fine because the sniper tower is what's doing the most damage to our Super Warrior right now. But our Super Warrior was an extra bullet. He was a bullet in our pocket, so to speak. Shield gen's down. We flare back to the HQ, guys. And we'll just put it in 2 times because you know what's going on here. We just do the burn. The first Super Warrior's up top. I think I actually dropped a second one. Although now, after looking back at what I just said about critters, it probably would have been better to drop critters for the burn. As long as 6 or more survive of the 12, then we would have had more DPS from the critters. But that's something I've just kind of learned now, and I'm sharing it with you guys. There you go, just like that. TDF Brazil went down to Pound Town once again. I think he's been to Pound Town in several of my videos, but he's a tough guy. I know, guys, it kind of stinks if we only have replays. I guess I'll show you one more. This guy was pretty tough too. This Zabby, I believe he's a 5 ice boosted base, so still pretty tricky. Again, I am Masterpiece boosted, and my statue lineup is 5 GBE, 3 offense, and 2 health. Or I'm sorry, 5 GBE, 3 troop damage, and 2 troop health. The troop health is very, very useful in PvP. If you guys are wondering, oh, troop health, it's nasty. Yeah, I know it's nasty when you're hitting ops and that's your primary focus, but that's not my primary focus. My primary focus is PvP and raiding. Secondary focus is ops. This might change. Actually, somewhere along the lines of Mega Crab. I really, really enjoy Mega Crab, and I plan to swap around some statues for the Mega Crab, depending on what's going to benefit us the most. That being said, though, whatever. We're moving right there. I'm not even commenting on this fight now, am I? It was the same kind of stuff, guys. You know, we got to keep the shock blaster under shocks. Here come a couple of Super Warriors to tank on the left-hand flank, because we got those sniper towers that could be picking off Grens and possibly healers, so I didn't like that. So we put the Super Warriors over there to take care of that problem, and they did. Now you can see everyone's in a pretty good position here. We just really need to keep the shock blaster under shocks. The Super Warriors have the attention of the shock launcher, which is great. Now we've got a boom cannon looking at the Super Warrior. He's not going to live very long. But we reflare to get everybody in a really good spot to get some serious overthrow damage going on to that shock blaster. One more shock for the shock blaster. This time we catch the shock blaster and the shock launcher with 1 shock. Shock blaster goes down. Looks like our tank is working on the shock launcher. At this point, I'm letting the overthrow just clear out some other stuff behind the HQ. I'm really waiting for the shock launcher to go down. It was nice that he got the boom cannon as well, but as soon as that shock launcher goes down, I believe that's when I make turn. Oh, we're also doing some good damage to that rocket back there. Yeah, rocket's down. We make the turn. I'm not sure why I threw the Super Warrior over there. Oh, you know what? I know why I threw him over there, because I was getting anxious. I was just going to make the turn whether or not that shock launcher lived, and the Super Warrior was going to finish it off. But as it turns out, I think we still had some grenades in the air, and they landed on the shock launcher. That was what happened to that Super Warrior. He wasn't very useful, I'll be honest. It didn't matter, though. At this point, the match is pretty much ours. Yeah, if I'm wasting artillery on a... on a mortar, we definitely had enough GBE. The match was definitely ours. Again, you see how we need to do that flare all the way back, because we don't want these troops just, you know, going after the HQ when we have these structures that need the real DPS. I threw the critters on the... I remember this fight. This is funny. I threw the critters on the HQ just because I can, and actually I'm going to do my best not to let my troops hit the HQ. And it's kind of a test. Like, I don't want to kill the critters, okay? It's a test in pathing and flaring, and also just, you know, you get bored when you do the same bases over and over again, so we like to make it fun. So as you can see, we're keeping everybody on the perimeter of the base here. And yeah, we're gonna do it around the world, guys. Around the world with a drop the mic, walk away. But, so you can see, we're moving right around. I don't know if there's any more Super Warrior action in this one or not. But, kind of disrespecting his base here. I wonder why the Chinese players call these bully statues. I have no idea. Why would they say those things? And, just to make things more fun, we drop in a second box of critters on the HQ. And we are, methodically taking out every single structure on this man's island. Again, flaring up towards the perimeter because we don't want them going towards the HQ. No. Okay, cannons down, and we're going to go ahead and send our troops right back to the landing crafts. See, flaring the landing crafts, and wait for it, guys, wait for it. Kaboom, just like that. I think his name was Zavi. Goes down to Pound Town. Yeah, but that was kind of a joke, okay? Still, 5 ice boosted, look at that. But these Super Warriors are great. Unfortunately, there's nothing on my map live I can hit. What I can do for you, though, is roll through a few stages of Imitation Game. I'm not going to clear it all out because I at least need to leave stage 7 up. 7 up, like the drink. I at least need to leave stage 7 up because it increases the odds of of PvP spawns. I'll show you what I mean if you don't know what I mean. If you take a look at the radar, normally on a fully clear map, you have a 16% chance. You have a 16% of a mercenary invasion and a 16% chance of a blackguard invasion. That's PvP and NPC. However, if you leave the daily event up, and then your map is fully clear, you'll have 17-14. And I always want 17% mercenary invasion for as long as possible. So that's why we will not take out stage 7. We can do up to stage 6, that's fine. That's even not the best idea because Hammermen should be used as a gold source periodically throughout the day. So as more players spawn on my map, and I'll do them unboosted. I can do most of these unboosted. It's just when I wake up and there's a full map and I got to go to work, it just makes sense to do a Masterpiece boost, clear the map, and go, okay? But during the day, I do try to take these bases out as they appear. And then you'll need gold. So Hammerman's a great way to protect your gold supply and only attack those stages when you need to replenish gold, okay? Right now, what I'm about to do is not so smart because it's going to put all the gold in my storages and then I'll be raided and then I'll lose a large part of it. But not too worried about it nonetheless. Okay, so what we're going to do, though, is something kind of weird, okay? You already saw me changing out the medics. We're going to roll with all cryos, 1 boat of meds, and basically try to use nothing but Super Warriors to get through the first 6 stages. How about that? We are Masterpiece boosted, but the Super Warriors they're not affected by that. It'll only be the cryos, which they're just there to make things fun and snowy, okay? I don't know if it's going to work. Probably a bad idea. Probably going to lose some gold. Oh, and we got Kavan with Second Wind. It's kind of cheating because we'll bring Riflemen back if we use that. Let's see. What would be even more interesting to use, huh? Battle Orders doesn't make much sense. Bullet seems like he's too good. Sparky seems like she's too good. Right. If I bring Kavan, I don't really need the healers now, do I? Yeah, we'll stick with Kavan, but we'll go all cryos. Let's just load up Shishka Bank. Yeah, we'll just go with this, actually. Okay. So, we're going to jump right into it. All cryos with Kavan. Now, these first couple stages, let's not even mess around. Let's just do the Bart job, guys. Kaboom, just like that. Imitation stage 1 goes down to Pound Town. Yeah. Super exciting content here, brought to you by Shishka Bobber 1. It's going to get interesting as soon as I drop some troops. Okay, here we go. But by the way, guys, if you didn't know, Hammerman is by far the best event throughout the weekly cycle in terms of giving you resources. He is just full of resources, full of gold. Fridays is never, ever a gold problem, unless you just really suck. Okay, this is still a Bart job. 1, 2, 3 barrage, and just drop in a bunch of artillery. Kaboom, just like that. Imitation stage 2 goes down to Pound Town. Alright. Yeah, I do kind of hope at some point they update the Imitation game, at least to maybe make an 8th level that puts global leaderboard bases on there or something. Make it a little bit more fun for the max level players, because we all know Imitation game is a joke at max level. It's certainly not as a low level. It's a great event as a lower level. I've got a mini that I'm working on right now. He's level 28 right now. Shoot, he took out a level 53 last night with just Super Warriors. Because it was a bad base design. But I digress. Okay, we'll drop some troops for this one. I have a feeling we're gonna have some dead troops on this one. Okay, so what would be the way to do this? I guess we just kind of work our way from the front. So let's just drop everybody in the corner over here. Let's go Super Warrior, Super Warrior, Super Warrior. And probably need to keep some of these boom cannons and cannons under shock. I mean, it is just stage 3. These things aren't going to hurt too much, but it's more or less like practice for what's to come. Cryos can eat a couple of mines, well, especially at this stage. They're not going to do anything. Look at all the Cryoneers, guys. I'll drop Super Warrior in the back, Super Warrior on the rocket, Super Warrior on the right. And I'll do my best not to use second wind because I really don't want to bring the Rifleman in here, but it's there as a failsafe. If things go horribly wrong, I can still conjure up some Riflemen. By the way, guys, just to let you know, when the update does hit, next week I guess is when it's coming now, I'm actually going to be upgrading Kaban's second wind first. I know it's unconventional. I know you think shish kebab, you're crazy, but there's a couple of reasons for that. One, I'm not too worried about upgrading battle orders. Like, it'll be good. We need that DPS, but still the point that my task force is in, and even where I'm at in my AZ skill progression, it's not max level, okay? We're working on, what are we on? Curtain Call. Not bad, but it's not Forlorn Hope, right? So I don't feel like I need that extra level 6 battle orders, like, right away. But obviously for top tier guys that are just task force oriented, do it, I get it. Come on with the second wind. I want to experiment with that. I want to have some fun with it, and I'll make some videos for you guys too. Obviously, the second thing I'm going to upgrade, of course, is breaking battle orders, but just to let you know. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, did we get something on the map? Yes, we did. That's going to be even more fun. But let's finish off Hammerman here real quick, or at least get him up to stage 6 or so. I promise stage 6, I'll deliver stage 6. Okay, so here's stage 4. You know, with some strategic barding, we can actually just, you know what, we can actually forego the Cryoneers and just take out these 2 boom cannons. Actually, probably just take out, now we'll just take them both out. Barrage, barrage, and then just a bunch of Super Warriors in the corner. That should be it. That should be it right there. Yep, super exciting, guys, I know, right? I didn't even have to launch troops on this one. But the Super Warriors are awesome. I think you guys know it. It's a great limited ability, honestly. Chicken was kind of bad-mouthing him a bit on his video today, but maybe that's because the Chicken doesn't understand how to use Super Warriors. Because they are really, really useful in PvP. Their ability to distract rockets and just to slow things down, to slow down shock launchers or whatever, it is invaluable, and it's another option that you have in your GBE arsenal, which keeps the cost of all your abilities lower. Because you have more options to use, the price of each individual ability will increase less when you're using Super Warriors to mix in there. So it really does a lot more than you probably even realize in terms of having that 8th GBE ability. I think I left a comment on the Chicken's video saying I thought the worst one was probably the remote turret. It's still good, but the remote turret's probably the worst because it doesn't provide a slow, it doesn't move, it just stays in one spot. And Super Warrior is definitely better than the remote turret. Anyway, but I love the 8th GBE abilities. I like when they cycle them in. That remote hack was a bit OP. When you could hack prototype defenses, guys. A little too much, but hey, whatever. Okay, let's just drop all the troops here and roll with it. You know, I could probably do the same type of attack we did before, but I'm not gonna mess with that. What I will do is drop 1 Super Warrior in the back to farm up some GBE for us while we make our frontal assault. So I think back in this area is a good spot for the Super Warrior. And let's go Super Warriors up. Let's start in the right corner. Let's go 3 Super Warriors and everybody else. How bad does that cannon hurt? It doesn't hurt too bad. I was trying to figure out if I want to shock it or not. Oh, we're missing a cryo. Make sure we get all our cryos out. How does that boom cannon feel? Still doesn't hurt too much. Alright, let's just start dropping a whole bunch of Super Warriors. I don't think anything's going to really kill them on stage 5. They seem to be pretty darn resilient here. It's snowing everywhere. We're making it winter in the summer, guys. Okay. But the Super Warriors feel a little bit outclassed here because they like to freeze stuff with their magical hammers, but the cryos are just freezing everything in sight. And the idea here with the cryos is, of course, if I can slow down the incoming damage on the Super Warriors, they're more likely to live and heal themselves. Because as you know, guys, healers or Kaban, they won't heal the Super Warriors. Only the Super Warriors can heal themselves by attacking the enemy structures. Here we go. This is a pretty crazy raid, I have to admit. All these cryos, it looks really cool with the cryo beams. And just like that, guys, Imitation Stage 6 goes down to Pound Town with our Cryo Kavan Super Warrior combination with Masterpiece boosted, of course. Okay, Stage 6, I'll give it to you guys. Look at the gold. Look how much gold we've acquired. This is why I normally hold on to it. But it's all right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, same kind of thing. I think we're going to have a Super Warrior in the back to start up a GBE farm for us, and we'll come from the front. I do see a nice assortment of boom mines and mines, so we will put some sacrificial critters in the way to take care of that. This hot pot we'll need to pay attention to. We'll want to pop it and shock it. And yeah, that's about it. Let's go. Okay, Super Warrior in the back. Farm up some GBE, please, sir. Let's drop everybody on the bottom right. Let's go critter, critter. Ah, heck, one more critter. Super Warrior, Super Warrior, Super Warrior. How bad do these cannons hurt? Still not that bad. Okay, now we don't want to forget about the hot pot. Super Warrior on the left is taking some damage. Put another Super Warrior on the left. Let's drop some critters and shock the hot pot when it comes out. Alright, hot pot is out. We will shock it. Wow, there's just so much stuff everywhere, guys. It's hard to even see what's going on with all the Cryoneer beams everywhere. I feel like we've only got a couple Super Warriors. This base definitely hurts a lot more. I think we need to cycle that shock right away. And this one is definitely slower because I think we lost most of our DPS. Let's put another Super Warrior down, cycle that shock. Might have to pull out the Johnsons on this one, guys. No, we'll get it, but it's a little bit rough. We're probably losing some cryos. Yeah, oh yeah, we have. We've definitely lost a few cryos here. And cryos are not cheap. Yeah, that left flank really needs some help. We'll shock the left flank. Put a heal down for these cryos that just got hit by the flamethrower. Kind of ironic that cryos are getting lit up by flamethrowers. Wow, this is so funny because there's just no DPS. I guess if I was smart, I'd start using some artillery. Here we go. Okay. We don't have to worry about that left flank. Let's just smoke everyone over to the right. This is so weird using cryos, guys. Okay. Like watching paint dry. Little barrage action here ought to do it. Just like that. Kaboom. Now, we lost some gold on this because we lost a few cryos. Ooh, it's ugly. But just like that, Stage 6 goes down to Pound Town with our all Cryoneer loadout. I'm afraid to see the bill on this one. Okay, 362 is what we gained, but 11 cryos costs how much? 154, so about half. Anyway, more importantly, we got a guy in the map. I'm so glad he spawned. I wasn't sure if anybody would. That means this video is already more than 15 minutes long, though. Oh, good, he's got some ice. 4 ice boosted. We're looking at a 112 on the damage, on the health, and 74 on the damage. He's a 112, 74, guys. Taking a look, what do we see? We see Laser Beam 3 and 2 Shield Generator 3s. With front-loaded rockets, this screams for RZCM. What we're going to do is BART out the Laser Beam 3, and I think we'll have enough BART juice to take out one rocket launcher, and then we'll take down these two naturally. We'll drop the troops on the right, fan out. We got to watch out for all these triples of mines and everything. And once we take out the rockets, there's really nothing else to worry about. We'll probably take down one shield gen and burn the core from there. We're going to do RZCM 3311 with Everspark, and we're actually going to use our Critter Swarm. Critter Swarm is going to be very useful for this one because there's no immediate hack that I need to do. I usually use hack when I do a smoky RZCM. If I'm smoking to the back of the base, I like to open up with a hack on a marked target. But when I'm starting from the front, I generally tend to use Critter Swarm. And in this case, it's going to be even more advantageous because of all those triples, all those sets of 3 mines that we saw in the base. The Critter Swarm is going to help us clear those so the riflemen don't do it themselves. But keep in mind, guys, we do have 50% more rifleman health in this tribal, but we don't like them to run over mines, okay? Anyway, that being said, let's get right into it. Maybe we'll throw out a couple of Super Warriors in the process, too. In fact, taking a real quick look at Super Warrior locations, we can do a little bit of farming in the back right. There's not enough damage to really hurt, but we'll worry about that later when we come into the range of the shock blaster, shock launcher. Yeah, that's about it. So, let's work on this laser. It probably takes 3 barrage. 1, 2, and 3. Let's just start with that, see where it gets us. I know we're going to barrage on the rocket launcher over here. Let's go 1, 2 artillery for the laser, 1, 2 for the rocket launcher, 3 for the laser, and 3 for the rocket launcher. Boom, boom. Okay. 12 GBE to start. A little bit tight. That's all right. Okay. So I'm just thinking about my drop. All right. Go rifle here, rifle there. Everybody else, bottom corner. Critters in front of that first boat of rifles that I dropped out. And as soon as we get enough, I'll drop a critter swarm. We are going to hit that triple, but hopefully just one rifleman triggers it. Okay, it's a little rough right now. In fact, let's just get some shocks out on the rocket launcher. It's actually a better way to spend our GBE at the moment. The rockets are going to do more damage than those mines are. Okay, now things are looking a lot better. Let's go ahead and drop that Super Warrior in the back to farm up some GBE for us. Okay, the center rocket's down. Let's put a heal for this flamethrower as our troops approach it. Also put a heal for this machine gun, although a little bit late on that, but better late than never, I suppose. Critter Swarm, finally. And I feel like we need a shock. Let's shock the mortar and machine gun near the HQ. Let's put a shock on the shock launcher on the left-hand flank of the HQ, and I'll put a shock on the right of the HQ. Right now, we need to just get rid of these shock launchers. They're about the only thing that's really going to be giving us some issues. So the machine guns need to drop too. Cycling the shock on the rocket on the shock launcher to the 11 o'clock of the HQ. And yeah, that one shield gen's already down, like I was telling you guys. I would really like to take out that machine gun, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's just cycle the shocks. Drop a Super Warrior because we can. Probably going to die, but we'll put him on that shock launcher. Boom Cannon and Sniper Tower are going to have something to say about that. How bad does the Boom Cannon hurt? It hurts. But just like that, guys, wait for it. Kaboom! Asian letter player, probably Chinese, goes down to Pound Town with the 3311 RZCM. And Super Warriors. They weren't too super in this fight, but they helped a little bit. They farmed up some GBE for us. Casualties were okay, minor. But anyway, I think there's really not much else to do or say here, other than I hope you guys enjoy the Super Warriors. I hope you have some really fun hits with them and use them to the most. Like, you know, use their ability to distract, use their ability to slow, and otherwise just do DPS. But I think their distracting and slowing functions far outweigh their DPS role. As you see, critters do more DPS than the warrior. But anyway, we're going to wrap it up right there, so I hope you guys have a super fantastic, awesome day. And remember, like always, guys, be kind to others, because if you're not, you're just being mean, and mean people suck. Have a great